Let's take a look at the market, shall we? I like looking at NVIDIA first, only because it's sort of been the leader in AI. AI has been the leading narrative for the last 2 years, 2.5 years, probably, I'd say, almost 3 years. The overvaluations and everything. NVIDIA is the queen of overvalued, the queen of AI bullshit. Are they doing billions of dollars? Yes, they are. But as far as trading the stock and the value of it and all that, it's not worth $4 trillion. Okay, let's just put it that way. But it is a leader in the market. The markets cannot really move significantly higher without it. And the markets won't fully tank really until NVIDIA tanks. In fact, let's draw something up here. Let's put the SPY here, S&P 500, daily chart, go to data, add symbol, we'll add NVIDIA. Um, let's see, what does weekly look like? Pretty darn close, huh? So, if NVIDIA tops out and starts to drop and fall and fall and fall and fall, the S&Ps are doing it. Actually, you know what? I guess daily is better. I'll just open these up. All these pullbacks are obviously going to be supported by NVIDIA, but the real, the sell-off that we had, the last big sell-off that we had here, look what preceded it. Look what preceded the sell-off, the selling off of NVIDIA. Everybody see that? Same thing here. It's a big sell-off here. NVIDIA. And then also is true that when NVIDIA gets buying into it, S&Ps go up. So goes NVIDIA, so goes the market. That seems to be the new trend. So I like to look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA's in some trouble. It's trending lower. You have lower highs structurally. You have lower lows. Just keeps heading lower and lower. But now you're in some dangerous territory. Now just follow this thinking. Well, in answer to Michael's question, who leads who? Well, the S&P 500 is 500 stocks. So NVIDIA is only one. But NVIDIA does make up about 8% of the S&P. So, when NVIDIA, drops, significantly, it does, weigh heavily on the S&P 500. But I don't think the other stocks in the S&P 500 weigh heavily on NVIDIA. So when I look at this from a technical perspective, got the Bollinger Bands here, got the mid right here, that's the 20-period simple kind of sitting there. But this is the 50-period moving average in white. Everybody see this in white? Very, very significant level. In fact, if we blow this thing up a little and we look at NVIDIA and just look at the respect of the 50, it's really intense. This is the 50 right here. And here's the 20. And there's respect there too. Boy, they cross over. That's not good. Right? So look, when it's trending higher and the 20 is above the 50, the 20 will get bought every time. See that? Boom, boom, boom. See how it gets bought every time? Junk, junk, junk. When it crosses over the 50 to the downside, then it needs to find support at the 50, which it usually does. If it breaks the 50, then you look for a retest of that level to see if it will hold. Other than this one move here, it did hold, and it just moved higher and higher, and then it got above the 20 again. So again, gets bought at the 20 unless it breaks the 50. If it breaks the 50, what happens? It's got to come up and retest this level. Can it get above it? Yes. Does it get back above the 20? Yes. Well, now the 20 is back in play again. If it breaks the 20 down to the 50, there it is. Can it hold? Come back up and retest, etc. Right? So this is the pattern or the personality of this particular stock. Everybody see that? Buyers love to come in. Institutional buyers love to come in at the 50. Love to come in at the 50. Love to come in at the 50. Love to come in here. This is a great buying opportunity for institutions. They had it, they dumped it, and then they get back in at the 50. while retailers are really, losing their ass. Again, let's buy it at the, look at this, coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down. Look what happens. On this day, you opened here and dropped below the 50. What happened almost immediately within the first hour and a half of the morning? I remember it well. Remembered it here too. Buyers came in and bought it right up to here. That's what happened. Look, sell off, sell off, sell off. Opened here, came down to here. This is where it was in the morning. This is the trap. Because by midday, price was right at the 50. By the end of the day, it was up here, and then it gapped up again. Crazy, huh? Look how it comes right down to here, holds this level, 50% retrace, holds the level, dips down, back to this level, almost 50%. I mean, just look at how this is. I have a new term. I coined a new phrase. It's called fingernailing. If you put the 100 period moving average here, let's add it. I use yellow for the 100, and I also make it a dotted line. That's just the way I've been doing it for years. You don't have to do it this way, but it's just the way I do it. Some red candles are filler, and others are not. Yeah, those are called trend candles, Nikito. These are trend candles. So you just can come over here, candle with trend. If I use these, then is the way these work. These are all solid, but I don't like these. I'll tell you why. Just a side note here. So a green candle all a green candle means is that it opened down here, or I should say it opened down here and closed up here, and that's green. If it opens here and closes below, it's red. It's as simple as that. That's just red and green. It has nothing to do with the trend. It's just, open, close, 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 boom, 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 right? Opens on top, closes on the bottom, that's red. Opens on the bottom, closes on the top, it's green. But if you use the trend candles, the candles with trend, interesting. So now, if the candle opens at the bottom, if let's say it opens here and closes up here, it will be hollow. If it opens on top and closes below it, it's solid. But in terms of the color scheme, the color has to do with yesterday's close. So if the close is higher than yesterday, then it's green. If the close is lower than yesterday, it's red. So this gives me an idea of trend. I love these candles because I really want to know if these were all solid, how am I, especially for day trading, how am I to determine that price went from here to here, from here to here? How would I know that if I had just this? Is there any way to know? But with trend candles, I would know because I would have that. And so I know that price is starting to reverse. Make sense, guys?
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Trade With Me Now. Make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel so you make sure that you catch our next video right when it's released. Also, if you have a question or comment, please leave that in the comments section below. And of course, if you want to learn more about Trade With Me Now or join our community of profitable traders, go to tradewithmenow.com. There's also a link in the description below.